Speaking of men that do their best work at 3 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
Nick Ashman, good morning to you.
What good happens after one, they say.
Yeah, I tell you what happens after one stays after one.
Yeah.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Yeah, $20 million Everest. Let's focus on what's at hand. It's been a while, actually, since I've done a big bender, but anyway, I might get back to it once the kids are out of school.
Yeah.
Geez, it's been an eventful week, hasn't it? Like the build-up to the Everest has been quite sort of controversial, and it's great to see everyone's got an opinion, but the trial from Caufield Rising really divided people. The barrier draw then came out. Some people thought it was a good draw. Some sort of thought, okay, you might get sandwiched between the pace. And just to throw in a little curveball, we've now got up to 8 mil of rain on Friday, potentially forecast. So for anyone that doesn't understand how track curating goes, and I'm not claiming to be an expert, but the decision that they've got to make out at Randwick is, do they water it today at all? Because if they water it today and they get 8 mil tomorrow, then it's going to push the track well into the soft range. If they don't water it today and it doesn't rain tomorrow, then we're going to have a pretty firm deck on Saturday. So the range that we could have the Everest run on could be anywhere from about a good 3 to a soft 6. So, good luck.
So is that a reason, do you think, Nick, factoring in all of that is why Caufield Rising is perhaps a little bit soft in the market? He's $1.80 now with Tab Touch, Caufield Rising.
I think he had to get out, guys. Like, I mean, I've had a few people have a crack at me because the way my ratings work is I've essentially got a two-length penalty for Hong Kong horses. Now, I've got the utmost respect for Hong Kong horses at the very top, the Caufield Rising, the Silent Witness, Romantic Warrior. They can produce a horse that's as good as ours, no question. It's a bit like New Zealand, though. Kiwis are very capable of producing top-line horses. But it's just the average Group 1 from year to year that I believe is slightly weaker in Hong Kong than in Australia. And I think if you look at some of the honour roll for some of their sprint races that Cauild's won, over the years there's horses on it that I don't think will get close in our Group 1s, like a TJ Smith or a Newmarket or whatever it might be. So when you're looking at standard times and you're talking about Caufield Rising, smashing standard times and doing things on the clock that horses in Hong Kong haven't done before, or not many have done, you've always got to remember that the depth that is over there, in my opinion, is not quite the same as what it is here in Australia. Now, the beauty for him this year is he gets here when there's a bit of a changing in the guard, or changing of the guard in the sprinting ranks. You know, we're still looking for who is our best sprinter. You've got Briasa won the TJ Smith, Jolie Star won the Newmarket, and the Kingsford Smith. They're sort of taking it in turns. There's no standout at the moment in Australia. There's no Nature Strip. There's no Black Caviar. There's no Chautauqua. There's none of them at the moment. So he's probably found the right year to come out here and have a crack. But it doesn't surprise me he's getting a bit soft. But, hey, I'll tell you this. If you want to back an Australian horse on Saturday, don't bet now. Bet on the tote, because with the World Tote in play, they're going to be backing Caufield Rising for sure, and he'll start $1.30, $1.40 on the World Tote, so you'll get a good price about the Aussie horses there.
Yeah, absolutely. So after saying all that, are you betting into the Everest?
Yeah, look, I think Tempted hasn't done anything wrong this prep. 3-year-old filly hasn't run a race yet. We've had Tulip run, I think, 4th or 5th, and Lady of Camelot, but I think she's a better horse than them. And she was very good in the Golden Slipper. Should have just about won it. She was very good first up, winning the Run to Rose in fast time. Bivark's figure in the Golden Rose was monster. And I don't think she ran 1,400 metres. She tried her absolute guts out. Back to 1,200 metres. Craig Williams, barrier 1, 51 kilos. I'll have something on her each way at $17.
What did the figures tell you about Pride of Jenny's recent win?
Nothing special. She beat a horse that's gone for at least this preparation in Treasure of the Moment. Hopefully we get her back in the autumn. She beat, Tommy Kitten, who now comes up to Sydney. He was going to go to the Cox Plate, but, he's had that mishap at the start of the prep. Things haven't gone well. Figures out of the fee and stakes were okay at best. So she's going to need to improve, I think, to win the King Charles. But the thing that she's got in her favour is her main danger, which is Fangirl's probably got to go back to the tail of the field. And I'm not sure if swooping right down the outside is going to be the absolute place to be at Randwick on Saturday. I think you're going to be seeing most of the winners through the middle lanes, through that lanes 3 to 9. So that's going to play in Jenny's favour. I thought Pericles in that race was a nice each-way play. There's a good chance Jenny won't turn up at her best. We've seen that from her multiple times already in the last 12 months. And there's a good chance that Fangirl will just get a little bit too far out of the ground from the gate. So you're looking for a bit of a Johnny on the spot. I think Pericles maps to settle one out, one back. And, geez, he's been going well this prep, guys. He won first up, caused a mini ball over it. He's running the Epsom was fantastic.
Okay. I want you to look into your crystal ball. What price does the filly under 48 kilos jump?
The filly under 48 kilos?
Yes.
Within the law.
Within the law, under the 48 kilos. What price does she jump?
What price does she jump? Let me have a look. I'm just bringing up what I've got her rated here. She jumps $31.
$31. Is she any hope?
I think she's left out. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think they've thrown her in. She comes out of a very slow run race at Flight Stakes last time out. So people are looking at that thinking Apocalyptic's a very good filly, but I think she was aided by the fact that they didn't run any time. I think she's more of a 1,100 metre horse that just found the right race shape over a mile. She won't get that same shape here with Jenny in the present, and for mine, she'll get her head kicked in.
That's never a good thing. All right. Other bets on the day?
I think in the opening race, just keep an eye out. Race 1, the Reginald Allen. I like Panova. She ran the best last 200 metres of the day when she was second at Randwick in the midweeks to Kensington behind Pictor, who did run decent time. Waller's got 2 in the race, Chatterley and Panova. You could probably back them both. The last 2 times he's won this race, the Reginald Allen, it's been with Aliana and Fangirl. Both horses have gone on and won the Carbine Club Stakes on day 1 of the Flemington Melbourne Cup Carnival. So I'd suggest following both those 2 fillies. I think one of them will win, and I think one of them will probably go on and win the Carbine Club Stakes. I think they're both above average, but I'm in the corner of Panova. She had a drawn barrier 3 or 4. I'll be charging at her. Barrier 11 from the 1,400 metre start at Randwick's not a good one, but I'm just hoping that Tommy Berry, who is riding really well at present, striking at 22%, beating market expectations by 28%, I think he'll find a way to overcome it.
Nick, are you concerned for the well-being of Jules if half yours wins the Caufield Cup?
No, I hope he gets whatever he's deserved. He's been harping on about it for a while. So,
yes.
Look, he found him at $26. So,
okay,
been an outstanding find for the Foxcatcher family, and we hope that we can ride him home. And then we're hoping then in 7 days' time that what's the other thing we've got? Shangri-La Boy.
Yes.
It's a $6 fine in the Spring Champion as well. So hopefully 2 weeks in a row we can get a couple of $26 pops on. It could be a big 7 days for Foxcatcher.
Let's hope so.
All right, we'll speak to that man very, very shortly. Just before we let you go, Nick, Generosity in the Sydney Stakes, race number 6 on the program, favourite at 320, going really well. A chance? Are we backing her over here in WA?
Yeah, she should just win, guys. The best figures in the race, best ratings in the race is the emergency for the Everest. Just needs to find a bum in the run, and it'll be winning for sure. All
right, $3.20 with Tab Touch at the moment. Thank you very much for your time. Good luck.
Good luck, boys. Good luck with Jules as well.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's Nick Ashman. All right, so race 7. Each way tempted in the Everest.
Yes.
Pericles and the King Charles at around that $10 currently. And race 1, happy to bet. 2 bet play, number 7, Panova, $8, number 6 at Chatterley at $6.50. And Generosity.
Okay.
Just wins.
Isn't it amazing? Like, she sold for big money, and here she is with, if she does go there and win on Saturday, they've recouped it all and some.
Mm.
And you've got her as a broodmare prospect going forward to sell as well. So good luck to the new owners.
All right, hopefully this man's trumpet hasn't run out of breath just yet because the Caufield Cup, $2.90 favourite, half yours. Jules, good morning to you.
How are we, boys?
Very well, Jules. One word only.
Oh.
Your initial impression of half yours coming up with that gate in the Caufield Cup.
Outstanding.
Was it everything you wanted it to be?
It feels like everything's just gone so to plan for this horse.
Yes.
So I'm expecting just something, lightning to strike and obviously just to put me back into my miserable hole of an existence. So at the moment I'm dancing on clouds.
Yes.
But it can change very quickly in the game of horse racing, we know.
When you're gambling, does that worry you more when it seems to just all be working out?
No. When you have a sickness like mine... you can just never... Look, you never really sleep. So, look, you want things going in your direction, to be honest. It's a better feeling going into certain things that you think everything that has... You want every box ticked, I suppose, is an easier way to put it. And every box has been ticked for this horse to suggest that Caufield Cup is going to be a peak run in the prep for it. And everything that all the little things... seem to be adding up. I ran into Kelvin McAvoy yesterday at the races, and he said that he's not letting the horse out of his sight. So we're in a good space at the moment.
I'm sure you've played this race out in your head on numerous occasions. In all seriousness, Jules, in the wake of that barrier draw yesterday, how does it play out?
Yeah, I think probably Jamie will want to go. I don't think there's an issue really if she ends up back 3-back rail. I think there could be a position possibly leaders back. I think horses like Adelaide River, I think Banker's Choice probably roll forward, and it's just what they do with Deacon from barrier 7, whether they want to be really positive and try and get ahead of, say, a horse like Half Yours. But I think Jamie will be aware of that as well. I think there's also some outside pressure from horses that have drawn wide, horses like Plymouth, and a couple of others that I think will create enough genuine speed in the race, which, again, I think is a positive for Jamie because you want the race to be ran at genuine tempo enough to, and the reason being, when you're inside and you've drawn a gate like that, you want holes to start opening up in the race for whatever reason. Horses are struggling or whatever it might be. Because I think if it became a really moderately run race and really slowly run race, yes, it's got probably the best turn of foot and that's great. But from that inside gate, you might end up locked up and be in a cupboard for far too long. So I think there's enough genuine speed for Jamie to be able to go, okay, I can pick my moment wherever it might be. And that might be at the 600 where it starts rolling in. I'd love this horse to be at its top at the sort of 300, 250. I don't want Jamie to be lifting this horse in the last 100 over the line. I want the damage to be already done by sort of the 400 to the 200.
All right, Half Yours in the Caufield Cup. Who are the dangers?
I think the Metrop form. I've got that Metrop race going really well. I know I don't want to speak of it again, but Royal Supremacy has rated really well, and I think they've drawn really cute as well. So they can probably. They're not a horse. That's not a horse that really can use a position, but they might be midfield, and I just think it's had that go at 2,400 metres in a pretty fast-run race. It's the other one that I'm going to have to work on a little bit to be able to, make sure the result, if it doesn't go my other way, to get something out of the race. So, Royal Supremacy. Look, the internationals always have an opportunity and a profile to win these kinds of races. They're just better stayers than ours. I mean, history tells us that, but these do seem like a lesser likes than the ones that have come here and over here and won. Like, they're not the Dunedins and those kinds of horses. So as much as they scare me, they don't scare me like in previous years when I've seen internationals going, oh, geez, no, they've got a beautiful profile.
Is it too obvious for Apocalyptic in the 1,000 guineas with that barrier draw?
Just seems the most likely, doesn't it? It's just probably for the people out there what price you're willing to take. I think with Mark Zara as well, he's just such a good, tactical rider. She probably ends up in the 1-1, I think. And if there's not that much speed, he'll have no issue in even going to the front and probably been sitting outside leader anyway. The only way she gets beat, I think, is if horses from out wide actually go forward and really try and put the pressure on, and they say, okay, let's see if you can run a fast 1,600 metres, because she had it soft in the flight, but she's got versatility. She had a spin around Caufield earlier in the week, and I think she got around no problems. And with Zara on top, she sort of picks herself. Yeah, I agree.
Any other bets on the program?
Race 3, number 3, Just a Journey. I think I was a bit worried about it getting to 2,000 metres, but the better horses have gone to the 1,000 guineas. She wouldn't have been out of place in the 1,000 guineas. She would have started around $10 or $11, and I just think 2,000 metres here, Shin might not even decide to lead. He might just sit in the first 2 or 3. I think she's got panels on the rest of them, to be honest, so I'm keen Just a Journey. And in race 8, I know Private Eye comes down as well, but he's been down and then went back up to Sydney and then down again. I think the travel eventually takes its toll in preparations. And I want to be with Star Patrol. I don't know if he gets 1,400 metres, but I just love that War Machine form line that he comes out of. And if he can get 1,400 metres, then I think he can win the race, Star Patrol.
All right, beautiful. Race 3, number 3, Just a Journey, $2.50. Race 8, number 10, Star Patrol, currently at $6. Tab Touch 2, as you mentioned, Private Eye, the favourite there. All right, Jules, thank you very much. And hopefully the Caufield Cup isn't a stressful watch.
Thanks, boys. I won't be sleeping from now till then, but let's see what happens.
Good on you, mate. Thanks very much, Jules.